Good morning, O'Neill. I hope everyone's having an excellent day today and you had a lovely weekend. It was so nice outside. I'm so excited for this week. We have library opening up again. Miss Baldwin and I spent Friday afternoon organizing furniture and getting it all ready for you. So I can't wait for you to be able to see that. So that is something fun and interesting going on this week. Also on Friday, September 17th, we're going to be having a school safety drill, and your teachers will review with you what that means, either, you know, being in the classroom, turning off lights, closing the door, staying in a corner, being very, very quiet, or heading outside and kind of what we do for a fire drill. So there'll be information being sent home to your families about those school safety drills, and that's on Friday, so just keep that in mind, okay? And then also I wanted to talk to you about Stop, Walk, Talk. I hope all of you got to see our awesome music video of Stop, Walk, Talk. And just remember, if you're ever feeling hurt physically, or your feelings are feeling hurt, you need to tell the person to stop. And if they don't stop, walk away and come tell an adult. You can tell your lunch supervisors, or you can always ask, I need to go see Miss Marzullo. I need to go see Miss Terry, because we will be here for you. Okay? So in the spirit of recess and being inclusive and caring for each other, I'd like to read the book Invisible Boy by Trudy Ludwig. And hopefully this will show us some good lessons of how to be a good friend. Okay. Can you see Brian, the invisible boy? Even Miss Carlotti had trouble noticing him in her class. She's too busy dealing with Nathan and Sophie. Nathan has problems with what Miss Carlotti says. Volume control. He uses his outside voice inside too much. Sophie whines and complains when she doesn't get her way. Nathan and Sophie take up a lot of space. Brian doesn't. When the bell rings for recess, Micah and TJ take turns choosing kids for their kickball teams. The best players get picked first. Then the best friends of the best players. Then the friends of the best friends. Only Brian is left, still waiting and hoping. JT glances in Brian's direction and just as quickly looks away. We've got enough players for each team, he tells the others. Let's play ball. How do you think Brian's feeling? Have you ever felt left out of a game at recess? What do you think you should have done? Or what could you do? In the cafeteria, Madison and her friends talk about her birthday party. The rope swing over the pool was awesome, says JT. Yeah, so was the water slide, adds Fiona. That was the best pool party ever. I'm so glad you guys had fun, says Madison. Everybody did except Brian. Brian wasn't invited. Have you ever felt left out like Brian? I have. At choosing time, while the other kids play board games and read, Brian sits at his table, doing what he loves to do best. He draws fire-breathing dragons sculling tall buildings, greedy pirates digging for treasure, space aliens locked in intergalactic battles, and superheroes with the power to make friends wherever they go. On Monday morning, Miss Carlotti introduces Justin, a new student to the class. Brian smiles shyly at him. Some of the other kids sneak looks at Justin, trying to figure out if he's cool enough to be their friend. They haven't quite made up their minds yet. Everybody's cool in their own way. At lunch, Madison and JT watch Justin eat with chopsticks. "What's that?" asks Madison as she points at Justin's food. "Bulgogi. It's Korean barbecue beef. My grandma made it for me. It's really good. Do you want to try some?" "There's no way I'll eat booger-ogi." That's not what he said. And the kids laugh. All of them. That is, except Brian. He sits there wondering which is worse, being laughed at or feeling invisible. What do you think? I think both are pretty bad. The next day, when Justin goes to his cubby to put away his backpack, he notices a piece of paper with his name on it. "Justin, I thought the bulgogi looked good." Brian, "Yum." At morning recess, Brian finds a piece of chalk on the ground and starts drawing away. "You're Brian, right?" "Yeah." "Thanks for the note." "Hey, Justin," Emilio calls out from the tetherball court. "You're up next." "Sorry, I gotta go," says Justin. "By the way, that's a really cool drawing," he adds before taking off. Do you think Brian and Justin are going to become friends? I hope so. Back in class, Miss Carlotti asked the kids to team up in 2s or 3s for a special project. The kids scurry around the room to pair off. Brian heads towards Justin. "I'm all ready with Justin," says Emilio. "Find someone else." What's going to happen? Brian looks at the floor, wishing he could draw a hole right there to swallow him up. "Miss Carlotti said we can have up to 3 people in a group. We're only 2. Come on, Emilio. Let him work with us." Okay, I guess. I really like Justin. He's standing up. Miss Carlotti gives the class directions for the project. Your assignment is to work together to write a story about what you see in the photograph. Use your imagination and have fun. That sounds like an amazing academic teaming activity. "Whoa, cool," says Emilio. "What kind of people do you think would live in houses like that?" "I don't know, but I bet Brian could draw them to go with our story," says Justin. Brian smiles as he takes out his lucky pen. Oh, they're getting to work. The crooked story we made up on the spot. They have illustrations and they have their story, and it looks like they're acting it out. At lunchtime, again, Brian's least favorite part of the day. Another 20 long minutes of kids talking and laughing with everyone else but him. "Brian," he hears someone shout out. "Hey, Brian, over here." Brian turns and sees Justin waving at him. Emilio nods at Brian as he makes room for him at the table. Oh, I love it. Maybe, just maybe, Brian's not so invisible after all. The end. Sounds like we need to give everybody a chance, learn about the new friends in our class, see what makes them special, because all of you have special talents and deserve a chance to make a new friend. All right. And I hope you have a marvelous Monday.